Let me get my cameraman straight in here. Mike's going to come in and have a look. This is the Trump belly being inflated as we speak. And just if Mike looks to the right of this as well, we can see that that is Mr. Trump's head and his hair yet to be inflated as well. Of course, a lot of controversy over this inflation, whether it should have been allowed. A lot of people saying, including one of our guests yesterday from Republicans overseas, it's cringeworthy, it's embarrassing for the UK government. That Sadiq Khan, who of course is in a war of words with Mr. Trump yet again today, should not have allowed this to happen. But let's speak to one of the organisers. Sheila Menon is one of the organisers of the BLIMP protest. Actually, she is a official Trump babysitter, so says the hat as well. Okay, and the motif on the back. Sheila, just tell us a little bit about this protest, why it's been so controversial and why you think it's so important.
I think this is a massively important opportunity for people to exercise their right to protest, which is what we're doing, and we're doing it in a very satirical way, in keeping with a strong tradition of British political satire.
Yeah, and look, we can go back from the Spy Prince and Vanity Fair over 100 years or so. People take satire and really look at the characteristics and the actual physical features of politicians, and they extend those maybe. So you're right, it's a long tradition, but why do you think this one has been so controversial?
I think this one has been controversial potentially because actually it has resonated with so many people and it's become so popular because so many people have very strong opinion about President Trump. This isn't the first president and the first head of state to be criticised or protesters for coming to this country, but this one has definitely captured the hearts and minds of the British population because so many people feel that strongly. People will be protesting today from all campaign issues, all walks around so many different issues, whether it's about racism, treatment of migrants and refugees, the contribution to the refugee crisis, an attitude to climate change, a denial of climate change, misogyny, racism, xenophobia, all of these things are evident in Trump's policies, and this is our opportunity to protest against them.
But Sheila, I mean, I've been asking this question of Assad Raymond and others as well. It is right that Mr. Trump should be able to come to this country, not for a state visit, but for working visits. In many ways, the US is still a very close US ally. You're not disputing the fact that Mr. Trump, as the leader of a democratically elected government in the United States, should be allowed to come to the United Kingdom.
What I am saying is that people have the right to protest about his arrival, and that is what we're doing. So I don't think that this is a controversial act. I think that we are exercising our right to protest. I don't think that there's any controversy over whether Sadiq Khan should have allowed us to do this. It's safe, it's not harming anybody. We're exercising our right to protest just like everybody else who'll be here today to protest. This is just a creative protest, and so many people are behind it.
It's well tethered, is it? I don't want this flying up and getting you near Marine One a little bit later on, is it?
It's definitely well tethered. And I think it's probably important to say that this isn't just about Trump. This is our opportunity to hold the UK government to account in the policies that we are seeing in our own government, in our own country, policies that are contributing to the Brexit that we're now having to deal with, the Brexit mess that we're having to deal with, contribution to racism and contribution to xenophobia and the rise of far right, which is what Trump's policies are doing.
All right, well, that's your point of view. Thank you very much indeed for that, Sheila. Real pleasure to meet you. Thank you very much. As you say, it's fully inflated, 9:30 a.m. local time here in London, and officially has to be down by 11:30. Is that right?
That is the plan. Okay. So we've got actually an hour before he's allowed to go up.
Yeah. You're going to push the limits here, aren't you? Looks like he's going up early.
Well, I mean, maybe we'll just have to keep him lower and then put him up a little bit.
Sheila, real pleasure meeting you. Thank you very much indeed for your time. As you can see, the Metropolitan Police, the fine men from the Metropolitan Police here as well, just making sure that the Trump babysitters do not inflate too early. Of course, a huge number of press here as well. I'd be very interested to see how the security presence goes on around this inflation and whether they put a pin in it bang on 11:30. Back to you in the studio.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.